Okay, so WB Games flew me out to Chicago to, first of all, be able to visit NetherRealm Studios, which was an incredible opportunity, but also they brought me out to get a chance to get some early access with Mortal Kombat 1. Now, one of the things that I got to do was play the first chapter of the story mode. That video is currently up on the channel already, but I also got to try out the brand new game mode, single player game mode, that's gonna be available in this game called Invasions. And if you're hyped for a brand new single player mode being introduced here in Mortal Kombat 1, I need you to scroll down and hit the thumbs up button. Okay, so Invasions is, for lack of a better term, the crypt of this game, but it is a completely new thing to Mortal Kombat, unlike we've ever experienced in a previous game. To start off, you're going to choose what character you want to play as in Invasions, and then you're also going to get the opportunity to choose what cameo you'd like to take with you. And side note, I had access to the Cyrax cameo with my time here playing Mortal Kombat 1, and I have a lot to talk about, but we'll save that for another video. And then in my time here playing the Invasions mode, it started off immediately with Johnny Cage's mansion.
Welcome to Casa del Cage. I've got one rule. Don't break anything. It's all expensive. And FYI, the house just might be possessed. Straight up, we're talking serious poltergeist level craziness. Like the weird portal to other realms in my bedroom. Can I tell you how much of a nightmare it's been trying to sell this place? Oh, BT Dubs, there's a key under the rock.
And that's right, there are multiple locations that you get to explore in Invasions. And it was best described to me that this mode is NetherRealm dipping their toes in the RPG world, as they wanted to try and have Invasions feel as close to an actual RPG as possible. So you'll have stats that you can actually apply to certain things, such as your health or your attack, defense, and you also have like a talisman, a relic, an inventory of stuff. And all of this is going to assist you in fights you'll get into while you're playing Invasions. And yeah, the way you look at it is that Invasions is like an interactive board game. You'll go from one tile to the next, and when you approach that next tile, you'll have to go into either a fight, or maybe even in some instances, you might be jumping into like a test your might. Or if you turn a corner, you might find yourself in a position where you actually have to complete a literal tower. Then when you complete these missions, you're gonna unlock rewards. Sometimes it can be gear, sometimes it could be skins, and yes, skins and gear are back in Mortal Kombat 1. But sometimes you'll need to complete a mission strictly to unlock a key that gets a door open to a whole nother section. It's honestly going to be like a collector's dream. You're going to sink a lot of hours into this mode, wanting to make sure that you complete and cover the entire area of a map. And the one thing that I was told that I was very happy to hear is that you can tailor your Invasions experience how you'd like to the character that you want to get the most for. So if I'm aiming to unlock a bunch of gear or skins for Smoke, then that's the character I'm definitely going to want to play when I jump into Invasions. And this mode is exactly how NetherRealm plans to keep the support for Mortal Kombat 1 ongoing for a long time, as Invasions is split up in seasons. So each new season is going to bring a ton of brand new content to the game. And like I said, this is Mortal Kombat 1's version of the crypt, so you're going to come across some chests that you can open up, which will get you gear or skins, or in some cases as well, announcer packs, which are back. I remembered seeing at one point that I unlocked a Johnny Cage announcer pack, which was cool. What I also noticed, which was very interesting, was that after a certain amount of time, I hit level 10 within the Invasions mode, and it unlocked the Sub-Zero cameo. This makes me wonder if certain characters or cameos are locked and need to be unlocked by playing through this mode, or if that means that I've unlocked Sub-Zero's cameo specifically for this mode. In a lot of ways, Invasions feels like an amalgamation of the things that NetherRealm has done in the past, whether it's the Crypt, or the Star Labs missions from Injustice Gods Among Us, or the Towers of Time from MK11, or even the Multiverse from Injustice 2. This is kind of a combination of all those things. The only thing is, I hope that I get to do things like test your might or even endurance just on their own. I would like if I could just randomly select a survival tower, just like how we had in the previous Mortal Kombat or Injustice games, and just put it on a high difficulty and have fun with that. And that might end up being the case. We didn't have access to the full game, so I don't know yet. It's funny, you'll notice as well that the Collector is back from Mortal Kombat 11 here in Invasions. He's actually the shopkeeper in this game. You can buy consumables from him that'll allow you to take like less fire damage in a match. And of course, similar to certain things that you might have remembered from Towers of Time or like the Multiverse and the Injustice games, some fights you get into are going to have certain modifiers active. What you will eventually learn though is that your character also has a talisman with them when you go into invasions. And talismans can do a variety of things for your character. Sometimes it can shoot a projectile, but sometimes it can power up your attacks, or it maybe even can heal your character. And again, this is where those RPG elements start to come into play, because as you play through invasions, you're going to unlock certain components for your talisman to make it even more powerful. It's just one more button press when you're actually in the middle of a fight, so sometimes it can become a little overwhelming and a bit confusing. But for the most part, it's another cool addition, I think, to Mortal Kombat 1, and I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on the full game, diving deep into invasions, and upgrading my talisman to see what it can do. When you're ready to upgrade your talisman, that's when you gotta head over to the forge of whatever map you're currently playing invasions on. And before anybody gets worried with how time consuming and tedious it might be to walk back and forth between the shopkeep and the forge, you can just teleport straight to them from the pause menu. Thank God they did that, because yeah, it would get a little annoying to have to run back and forth. This game mode is going to be a grind, that much is for sure. It's just whether or not that gameplay loop is worth it enough for the grind is what we're gonna have to wait and see. Because you can get skins, you can get gear, you can also unlock stages when you're playing through invasions, so I don't know, there's a lot that's gonna be locked behind this mode from what I can tell. And again, thank you to WB Games for flying me out to Chicago and allowing me the opportunity to play through invasions, because there was so much to sink our teeth into. Not to mention, sometimes you'll just be progressing through invasions and you'll get attacked, you'll have an ambush take place. And it was cool because it was literally like Mortal Kombat X style, the MK logo shattering like glass, and then you jump into a fight. Or if you're going through a tower and you do a very specific thing within a fight, you'll unlock a secret fight. There is so much happening in this mode. It is a lot to take in. I even noticed at one point I was just walking along and I got teleported to what looked like maybe the Chaos Realm, and there was just a whole bunch of chests for me to collect that got me a ton of gear and skins. The only unfortunate thing is we couldn't actually check out or play around with customization at all. It was just stuff that I was seeing. The point being though, there are a lot of controlled things happening within invasions that you get to choose, but also some random events. It feels like they want to make sure they're keeping you on your toes constantly when you're playing through this mode. And I, for one, am really looking forward to September 14th when Mortal Kombat 1 fully launches, when we can finally get the game in our hands. I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys think about this mode, but also I'm wondering, and I can't wait to see what NetherRealm is going to do when we go from season to season to keep things fresh and engaging, because I feel that is going to be key for this game mode in order to create a longevity for this game. There needs to be something fresh, something brand new that we can't wait to jump back in for whenever a new season starts for Invasions. So that's, for the most part, the things that you need to know about Invasions in Mortal Kombat 1. There is a lot to chew on here. I know that it's probably overwhelming for you guys. It's quite the information overload. Imagine how we felt being there, experiencing it all for the first time. Which again, thank you to WB Games for flying us out to Chicago to visit NetherRealm Studios and to also get early access with the game. It was so much fun being able to play through the story mode and as well the brand new Invasions game mode. And with that being said, let me now kick it to you guys. Sound off with your thoughts in the comments section below. What do you think about Invasions? Are you hyped to get your hands on it? If so, scroll down, hit the thumbs up button. I've been Caboose, and I'll see you guys later.